Hi everyone, today I'm reviewing a Camtree X2 follow focus, which was part of my Hunt FS100 shoulder rig, which I will be reviewing as well. But you can actually buy one of these on their own for just $120. So I thought this will make a very nice review for someone looking for a budget follow focus. And this is definitely something that I think is worth looking at. So first of all, let's see what this follow focus comes with. It's the actual unit, of course. Then you have a ton, absolute massive load of lens rings right here, from the smallest, which are perfect for something like vintage lenses, very small size, and then we get slightly bigger, 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 even bigger, and this is absolutely massive. So in theory you are covered for just about any lens that you might have. But that's not all, you also get a speed crank, which is a very nice little tool for fast focusing from one object to another, also longer focusing. It works really well for that, something that would be quite difficult to do with your hand because you would have to keep changing. With a speed crank you can do it really quickly and you can go really far with that. And last but not least, you also get a whip, which is yet another great tool for focusing. Usually something like that is used by a focus puller when they are not supposed to be close to the camera. So that can be done from the side, from the top. You can do all sorts of things with this, and that's a very useful tool. I think this is one of the latest Camtree follow focuses. It has only been out for about a month or so, and as you can see, it has now a very familiar design, which has been made popular by Genie's eye focus and now has been adopted by many companies which create their own versions of this with their own gearboxes and slight differences in design. As you can see, this has just a single rail attachment, which some people might be worried about. I used to be worried about that kind of design as well, but actually it works really well. It's very compact and the follow focus never disengages because it's only attached to one rail. I've tried a few different follow focuses with such design and they all work really well. You can adjust the angle of the follow focus right here, which would not be possible with a conventional dual rail follow focus. And you can also undo this screw and adjust the angle there as well. So you can have that part like that and then rotate it here and the gearbox will be upright again. So depending on how large your lens is, what your restrictions are, depending on your rail system, you can really adopt this follow focus to just about anything. Moving on to the actual focusing knob on the follow focus. This is a very nice, nicely machined, fully metal knob, which goes right the way through into the back. Metal right here as well. In fact, the whole follow focus is pretty much metal, including that part, the bottom underneath the actual gearbox, the pointer is metal, obviously the marking disc is plastic, and I think the gearbox casing might be plastic, but this is a very hard plastic, so it's really hard to tell if it's even plastic or not, but if it is, it's very hard and durable, so I see no problem with such casing. Like I mentioned already, there's a metal pointer on the top and that works really nicely with this rather chunky marking disc, which is quite three-dimensional, and you can put your marks on the top of it rather than from the side, so when you're actually operating yourself, it's much easier to see your marks on the side here rather than there. So based on what you get for just $120, I think it's a very good deal. But what everyone really cares about is the gearbox performance of the actual follow focus that they buy. So I can tell you right now that this has been greatly improved over the X1 version that I reviewed ages ago. That was yet another really low budget follow focus, but the gearbox had quite a bit of play, and now for just about the same price the gearbox has been greatly improved, and I've been trying hard to detect some play, but it's really hard to get any play. I will try to show you guys the play that I was able to detect here, but there's really nothing, you know, there's not even half of a millimeter. So as you can see, there's literally no play at all. I'm trying hard to show you anything at all here, but there's virtually nothing. If anything, there might be just a tiny bit, much less than 1 millimeter, much less than half of a millimeter. There's virtually nothing at all. So this almost as perfect as it gets in terms of play, in terms of gearbox performance. The rotation is very smooth. It has some dampening there, so it's not loose. When you let it go, it just stops. But when you want to rotate it, it rotates very easily. So it has a very nice performance, and without no play, I will be very happy to use this follow focus myself. I think my older follow focuses will have to go. They must have done pretty good job there, improving that gearbox, and it's definitely much nicer gearbox than literally on any budget follow focus that I've seen. Definitely nicer than anything that I've tried for around $100 before. Every single follow focus that was about $100 that I tried before had quite a bit of play, which was understandable back in the day. You couldn't expect anything more $100, but now you can get such a nice performance for just $120, complete with all accessories. I think it's pretty amazing. I've used this follow focus on my recent music video shoot, and it was absolute pleasure to use. I hope this review was useful to you guys, and I'll see you.